All right, so welcome 17. I'm just going to quickly go through and show these wonderful people here how, look at them all with the masks on perfectly, so good, how to do one of the tasks, the networks task on OneNote that is part of our IT stuff for 7E. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen with the group, and what we'll look at very quickly before we get to our main task for today is the fact that networks are not just networks of computers, but potentially also networks of the trains or computers or friends and family. And our first step today will be to think about networks of friends and family and to use a really cool program called Inspiration to investigate that and create some networks that we can share with each other. If you can't see it, hit the refresh button or F5. And don't forget, if you ever hit the refresh button, you also need to click on Edit Notebook up here. And some of you have opened it and had a look. And you can see, if I zoom in a bit here, that the idea is we are thinking about networks now. Networks are not just computers. They can be networks of people. They can be train networks. There was one that was on the other page over there, which I'll show you in a moment. They said lesson 2 is about a train network. Well, we want a network of us. So the idea is, this is what we call a mind map. In the middle, we want to put our name. We want to put friends like this, or acquaintances, or family. And in the middle, we want to put the relationships we have with these people. And it need not just be people, it could be things that you like doing. That's a part of your network as well. Now, the way to open this, we want to use a program called Inspiration. It looks like this. The way to open it is this. I'm going to show you on the screen now, on my screen, and the instructions are here. And some of you might have followed these instructions and been able to do it without me showing you, but I'm going to show you now anyway. So we start by hitting the Windows button on the computer, which is here. Once you've hit it, without clicking anything else, type in the first 3 letters of the program you want, INS. Sometimes you need to type a few more letters in, or you might need the P after that. If I keep typing that, it'll reduce the number of other things that are around. But the one that we want to open looks like this. It's a green box with a yellow star in the top left-hand corner. It's called Inspiration 9IE app. So what I want you to do is to click on that, and it'll open it, and it'll look a little bit like this. When you're in, we want to click on the thing that says diagram, and it will look like this. Now I'm going to give you a, and by the way, and the next thing to do is to put your name in the middle. So I'm going to put Mr. Evans. Okay, and we've got a circle with the name in the middle of yourself, ready to go. So I'm going to give you a chance, because some of you have been looking at my screen. I'm going to give you a chance to just have a go at doing that, and I'll stop the recording so that if you need to look at that bit, hopefully it won't be a long recording. So what you need to do when you're in Inspiration is to make another item, another thing to link to. Firstly, click on the thing that you want to join it to. So usually the middle part of a mind map might be, here's my name in the middle. And you move up to the top left-hand corner, the menus at the top, and see where it says create. If you move your mouse around, it goes white in a particular direction. Now, the direction it goes white in is where the next circle will appear. So if I'm clicking the down like that, there's one that goes below. And I can put my wife's name in here. Okay. Now, I want to create my daughter's. So I'll click one at the top.
daughters' names. I'll click here, and I'll put one over here. There's another one. The idea is, by clicking on something, you will be able to make links to new things as you go. If you forget, if you just hit the create button like this and there's no link, you can make a link by clicking in one of the ones you want to link to, then hitting the link button, and then it'll have a little arrow going green to what you want to connect it to. And I'll put in my dog's name. Now, in the middle, so in the arrows, what you can do is type, see where I click on it here and it makes a little rectangle. You can now click on.
Is this like a family tree?
Yeah, it's kind of, well, for me, it's a family tree at the moment, but it can be more than that. It can be, and you can do it just like a family tree, but you can make it as a connection of people. It's a network for you, and a family tree is a kind of as a network as well. Okay, and you can also do friends, family, hobbies, those sorts of things. So you can do it strict family tree if you wish, but you can do things like, I'm just going to create one here connected to me here. So I'll say, I think one of the things to do is I'll play guitar. And put the word hobby in here. So the idea is, what we want to do is create a bit of a network of people or hobbies and connections between people, and that's our network. That's my particular life network here. And you can color things in. Pets can be one color. So if you click on the circle and then you move to the bottom where there's these really kind of thin oval shaped things, the middle one of these thin oval shape where it's a sort of a bluey green color, if you click on that, it gives you all the colors of the rainbow, and you can then click different colors for different people. So if I want to make my pets green, I want to make people, other people, maybe let's say a nice purple, like that. Except you've got to remember the color you've used. Sometimes that's a bit tricky too. That's probably too dark. So sometimes you've got to play around with it a bit. That's all right, to get it right. Okay, and then maybe hobbies can be a different color again. Hobbies could be yellow. All right, so that's the kind of thing you can do. You can color code it as you're going by hitting the button down here. Now, I'm going to stop the recording now so that you can, or in a minute, so that you can have a go at doing it yourself and you can come back to it. What I'll also do is I'm going to open one I did earlier, which is here. So here's one with.
I put myself on hold.
Oh, sorry, what's that? Oh, sorry.
No, I just put.
So, say again.
No, never mind.
That's all right. So this is likes and hobbies and other people and other dogs. It's Bowie. Bowie's my pet dog. Bowie's best friend's named Ruby. Ruby's owner is Mike. Okay, so I can put these things. My daughter's youngest daughter's boyfriend is Oscar. He has a cat. So I've got pets orange here. And you can do things like you can put pictures in of people as well. So, and you do that by when you click on that, you can edit that to be able to insert a graphic into that. Oh, that's so if we wanted to insert a graphic, we could as well. Okay, so that's the kind of thing you can do to make things work. You can change things around a little bit. Okay, and put pictures of people, dogs, and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so there's all sorts of things you can do to make it work. This last bit of the video, which I'm recording now, is how to save it. So you can keep working and come back and watch this video a little bit later. But this is how you save it at the end. So once you've done really good job, done it pretty well, and I might see if I can move to either one. By the way, if you've got more than one open, you can go to the window menu, and I'll go to my untitled, the very first one I was doing up here. To save it, simply a matter of going File, Save. Then hopefully you have a document section with folders, and hopefully you have a document, or sorry, a folder for Digitech. If you don't, you can hit the little picture of the folder with a star on the right hand corner, which will create a brand new one, and then you can type in your new folder. And what's a subject I don't have in there? I'll put in drama. Okay, so no drama's there. Woodwork. Well, that's there. So got the idea. So you can create a folder and then double click, and then once you're done, you can type it in. Now you notice it's actually put the name Bowie in there. That's because that was the last one I clicked on, and it remembers that. So call it a name that you want to remember, and then type it in there. And then to open it, when you reopen it again, don't go back to the folder, but always open up Inspiration, because the file, it finds it hard to open from a file back to here, because this is a slightly older program. It's an awesome program, but there are more advanced ones out there, but it's still brilliant. So when you reopen it, always open Inspiration first, get a file, and usually Open Recent will have the ones that you've got and you want to return to. Okay, so that's how you save it. But here's something else, because you don't want to just save it when you're finished. You want to also paste it in here. So I'm going to show you this last part, and as I said, I'm recording this part so that you don't need to necessarily have to be watching what I'm doing right now. You can just sort of be listening while we're working, and and you can come back and watch the video at the end. All right. So this is the last bit. After you've had a go, you've saved it, you've fiddled around with it, right? Make it, adjust it a bit, get the colors right, get some pictures in there, make sure it's complex and interesting enough that really covers you. So this is the last step. This step is also described here on the lesson under number 9. It says snipping tool. To get the snipping tool, again, you hit the Windows button, this one in the bottom left hand corner. In the first couple of letters, S-N-I-P. Open snipping tool. And what you'll do, if I've had the previous one open, click on New, and it'll go a little bit shaded. Then you click somewhere at the bottom right left hand corner or top left hand corner, or wherever you want to start from. Make sure you get enough room and drag a box all the way along like this, so that you've got everything you want to be in there. You might need to resize it, or you might need to try it a couple of times. Once you've got it, you don't have to do anything else other than have clicked on that and made it there. You can save it if you wish, but even better is just it's in the memory of your computer. So all you need to do is hit where you want, and this is going to be on PubWiz's page. I apologize, I'll delete it afterwards. But you click in there, and then hold down the Control key, hit the V key, and it will paste that brilliantly on the page for you. There it is. So I'll put this on PubWiz's, but I'll take it off now in a minute too. So you simply paste it, and there it is. So it's good to save it as well as a document. I've just deleted that, saved it up there.
Mister.
And I'm going to go back and answer a couple of questions here.